My fiancé kept accidentally leaving his phone unlocked with messages from work Chloe open on the screen. I never said anything, just documented every time. 47 incidents over 3 months. When I finally asked who Chloe was, he realized I'd been watching the whole time. I'm Hannah, 29, and I was engaged to my fiancé, 32, for 8 months. The wedding was supposed to be in June. Notice I said was. This whole thing started maybe 3 months ago. He began doing this weird thing where he'd leave his phone unlocked on the kitchen counter, screen up, messages visible. The first time it happened, I was making coffee and glanced over. I saw a text from someone saved as work chat that said, "Miss you too," with a heart emoji. He walked back in, saw me near it, grabbed the phone super fast. "Oh, just work drama," he said. Okay, weird, but whatever. Except it kept happening a lot. He'd be on the couch scrolling, then get up to go to the bathroom and leave his phone there, screen still on, message notifications sitting there. Last night was amazing. I'd look away when he came back. He'd grab it, smile at whatever he was reading, start typing. After the third time, I started wondering if this was intentional, like maybe he wanted me to see some kind of test. Fourth time, I decided, screw it, I'm keeping track. Started a note on my phone, date, what the message said, where we were. Took a photo when I could be subtle about it. Can't wait to see you tonight. You looked incredible yesterday. Thinking about you on and on, week after week. His phone would be on the bathroom counter while he showered. Apple Watch charging on the nightstand with message previews popping up. Laptop open to iMessage while he was in the kitchen. I was seeing everything, and he had to know. No way you accidentally leave your phone out that many times. The messages got worse. More intimate references to specific days. Last Tuesday was perfect kind of stuff. I looked up this Chloe person on his company website, different department. No reason they'd be working together, but I didn't say anything. I just kept documenting because at this point I wanted to see how far he'd go. We were planning a wedding. I put down $8,000 on the venue, another $3,500 for catering. His parents were covering the rest, but those deposits were mine. We had a joint account with about $15,000 in it that I'd been transferring money into. And he was doing this. Around week 8 or 9, I saw one that made my stomach drop. He left his phone on the couch again, screen up, and I saw, "Your fiancé doesn't need to know." That was when I knew for sure this wasn't a test. He was just cheating and being sloppy about it. Or maybe he wanted to get caught. I don't know. Either way, I kept documenting. Got access to his laptop once when he left it open. Scrolled through the iMessage thread. They'd been seeing each other since before we got engaged. Before he was with me. When I proposed. When he said yes. When we told everyone. When we booked everything. The whole engagement was a lie. I backed everything up, organized it, made copies. Then I waited for the right moment. That moment came when his parents invited us over for dinner. Big family thing. His mom, dad, both sisters, their husbands, everyone excited about the wedding, talking about final details, dress fitting, seating arrangements, all of it. He was on his phone half the dinner, smiling at the screen. At one point it buzzed and he grabbed it fast, walked to the bathroom. When he came back, I just said it. "Who's Chloe?" Everything stopped. You could hear the AC running. That's how quiet it got. He looked at me. "What? Chloe? Work Chloe? Who is she?" His face went white. "She's just a coworker," he stammered. "Just a coworker who sends you messages about missing you." His mom put down her fork. "What messages?" I pulled out my phone. He's been leaving his phone unlocked for months. Messages from Chloe visible. At first I thought it was an accident, but it kept happening. This isn't the time my fiancé started. No, I think it's exactly the time since everyone here has been putting money and effort into this wedding. His dad was looking between us. What kind of messages? I read a few, just a sample. Started with the tame ones, then got progressively worse. I watched his mom's face change from confused to horrified. His dad just sat there, jaw tight. One of his sisters asked quietly, "Have you been cheating on her?" My fiancé was crying. "It's not like that." "What's it like then? Because last Tuesday was incredible. Sounds pretty specific." He tried to grab my phone. I pulled it back. "I have backups, multiple ones." His dad's voice was low. "How long?" "Based on the messages I found since before I proposed." His mom made this sound like all the air left her lungs. Before you got engaged? Mom, please, we've been planning this wedding for months. His sister was standing now. I took off work. Dad paid for your dress. It's complicated. It's really not. I said, you've been sleeping with someone else for over a year while planning a wedding with me, while I was putting down deposits and saving money for our future. His dad looked at him. Just looked at him. He couldn't meet his eyes. I stood up. I'm sorry you all had to find out like this, but I thought you should know before any more money gets wasted. I walked out, left my phone on the table with the photos displayed for them to see, drove home, and texted him. Get your stuff out by this weekend. He called immediately, over and over. I didn't answer. Update 1. That dinner was a disaster. As expected, his family blew up my phone afterward. His mom apologizing profusely, his dad asking about the deposits I'd paid, his younger sister saying she'd had a bad feeling something was off. My fiancé sent probably 50 texts that night, cycling through every emotion, apologies, then anger, then bargaining. It was a mistake. Chloe doesn't mean anything. We can fix this. How could you humiliate me in front of everyone? You're vindictive for documenting everything. I was going to end it before the wedding. Anyway, that last one really got me. Like that made it okay. He was planning to what? Dump me in the week before we got married and pretend nothing happened. I responded to one text only. Get your things by Sunday. The next morning, I went to the bank, took my money out of the joint wedding account, the $15,000 I put in minus what we had already spent. He'd only contributed maybe $2,000 total. Left him $2,000 in there, sent him the account info. Your money is there. Account closes Monday. He called from his mom's number. Guess he figured I'd answer if I thought it was his mom. You can't just take the wedding money. I said, I took my money. Yours is still there. We were building a life together. That money was for both of us. You were building a life with Chloe, apparently. I'm just protecting my investment. I have bills. I need that money. Should have thought about that before you spent a year lying to me. He hung up, or I did. Can't remember. His best friend called me later. Did the whole people make mistakes speech. How my fiancé was struggling with things, and I should be more understanding. He struggled for over a year while lying to my face daily. He loves you. Weird way of showing it. The heart emojis to Chloe really drove that home. You embarrassed him in front of his whole family. I said, he embarrassed himself. I just provided evidence. You're cruel. I'm honest. There's a difference. Hung up on him too. Called the venue. They were actually cool about it. Said they could transfer my deposit to a different date if I wanted to use it for another event within a year. I said I'd think about it. The catering company wasn't as flexible. Deposit gone, but they took me off the contract, so any remaining balance was between them and his parents. Sunday came. He showed up with his mom and both sisters to get his stuff. I'd already boxed everything and put it in the garage. His mom tried talking to me. He made a terrible mistake. He knows that for over a year. He's devastated. So was I. Every time I saw another message, every time he lied about where he was, his sister was loading boxes. My fiancé just stood there crying. Wouldn't look at me. When they finished, his mom tried again. Is there any way you two could talk? Maybe work through this? We're done talking. Anything else goes through lawyers. Lawyers? Why would you need lawyers? He owes me money. The engagement ring went on my credit card. He promised to pay me back. He signed for half the furniture we bought. He owes me half the security deposit on this apartment. His face fell. How much? About 40. He doesn't have that. Then he shouldn't have cheated on someone who was supporting him financially. My fiancé finally spoke. You're really going to sue me over furniture? Yes. I'm going to be compensated for money I'm owed. You made your choices. Now deal with the consequences. They left. His mom looked more disappointed in her son than mad at me. That felt validating. My buddy came over that night. Brought pizza. Didn't say much. Just let me vent. You doing okay? I'm pissed, but I'll live. You handled it well, though. His friend thinks I'm vindictive. His friend's an idiot. I had receipts. That's not vindictive. That's prepared. Got a text from a number I didn't know. This is Chloe. We should talk. Showed it to my buddy. He laughed. Oh, man. This is going to be good. I texted back. No, we don't. She called. I answered on speaker. Look, Lisa, I didn't know he was actually going through with the wedding. You knew he had a fiancé. It's in your messages. Yeah, but I thought it was like on the rocks or something. Why would you think that? Because he was with me. My buddy was biting his fist. Try not to laugh. So your logic is that his cheating means the relationship was already bad? I mean, yeah. Did it occur to you he's just a cheater? Silence. Then we had something real, though. You had something real with an engaged man. Congrats. He told me he loved me. He told me that too, at our engagement party in front of 80 people. Guess neither of us are special. You're a real piece of work, says the woman who knowingly hooked up with someone else's fiancé. She hung up. My buddy looked at me. Chloe sounds like a real winner. They're perfect for each other. Update 2. The second week got complicated. His dad called me. We've spent about $12,000 on this wedding so far. You're out your deposits. Maybe we should work together to recover some of it. How would we do that? Sue him together? Almost laughed. You want to sue your son? I want my money back. He lied to all of us. I'm going through small claims for what he owes me. You do what you need to do with your money. What does he owe you? The furniture, the ring he charged to my card, half the apartment deposit, around $4,500. He can't pay that. He should have considered that before he did what he did. He was quiet for a second. This is going to destroy his credit. He destroyed a 4-year relationship and our engagement. I think he'll survive the credit hit. More silence. I'm sorry he did this. You deserve better. Yeah, I did. After he hung up, I felt weird about it. Almost bad. Then I remembered seeing those messages over and over. Him smiling at his phone, planning a wedding he knew was fake. The bad feeling disappeared. His best friend showed up at my work. Security called me down to the lobby. She was there looking determined. You have to drop the lawsuit. Small claims. And no, he just lost everything. His fiancé, his family barely speaks to him. And now you're taking him to court for money he owes me that he agreed to pay over $4,000? Really? Would you just eat $4,000? He's not some stranger. He was my fiancé, who was sleeping with someone else for over a year. That changes things. You're going to ruin his life. He ruined our life. I'm just making sure I don't also get ruined financially. Security asked him to leave after he wouldn't stop yelling. Got an email from a lawyer that afternoon. He'd hired someone. They wanted to discuss settlement options. Called the number. Got a guy who sounded bored with life. Your former fiancé would like to settle this matter. Okay, she'll return the furniture and ring and sign a payment plan for the deposit. Payment plan? 24 months. I actually laughed. So, he wants to pay me $190 a month for 2 years. Given his financial situation, he probably should have thought twice before cheating. That's not relevant to the debt. It's extremely relevant. Full amount in 90 days, or we go to court. That's unreasonable. What's unreasonable is expecting me to finance his infidelity for 2 years while he figures his life out. He can't pay that in 90 days. Then a judge can decide what happens. He said he'd talk to his client. The texts started coming from other people after that. His cousin, his aunt, random friends. Do you really need that money? This is petty. He's family. Let it go. I only responded to one. His younger sister, who'd always been cool with me, knew he was planning our wedding while sleeping with someone else. Actions have consequences. Then something interesting happened. I got a message from someone named Chloe's ex. Apparently, he had been dating her before her affair. I found a number in her phone. Then I found all the messages. I'm so sorry this happened to you, she said. We ended up talking. She'd been with him for 3 years. He told her my fiancé pursued him and he resisted for months. The messages tell a different story. I know, I saw everything. She'd left him, packed her stuff while he was at work. How did you stay calm when you found out? I documented everything first. By the time I confronted him, I had so much proof he couldn't lie his way out. That's smart, just prepared. She thanked me, said talking helped. The weekend came and my fiancé showed up with his mom unannounced. I opened the door. What? His mom started. Please hear us out, just 5 minutes. He looked terrible. Good, I said. I'm so sorry, he said. I know I messed up. Okay, can you please drop the lawsuit? I can't afford this. Should have thought about that, I replied. I was going to end it with him, I swear. When? The day before the wedding. He didn't answer. That's what I thought. You weren't ending anything. You were going to marry me and keep him around. His mom jumped in. He's learned his lesson. His lesson cost me money, time, and mental energy. Learning isn't enough. Paying me back is enough. We can give you $3,000 now, his mom said. The rest later. I thought about it. $3,000 now, $1,500 in 2 months. I want it in writing. His mom looked relieved. Really? Really? Give me $3,000 by Friday. We'll do a settlement agreement for the rest. They left. I got the check Friday. Had my ex sign an agreement that if he didn't pay the remaining $1,500 in 60 days, I could pursue collections with interest. Deposited the check. Felt nothing. Just tired. Update 3. 60 days passed. No payment. I filed for collections like the agreement said. Added interest. He now owed $1,250. His mom called, furious. We gave you $3,000. That should have been enough. The agreement said $1,500 more in 60 days. It's been past that. He needed that money for other things. He needed to honor the agreement he signed. You're punishing him. I'm holding him accountable. She hung up. Got one final text from a new number. I hope you're happy. You destroyed my life over money. I replied, you destroyed our relationship over Chloe. I just handled the financial mess you left. Blocked the number. Collections went through. His credit took a hit. I heard he had to move back with his parents because he couldn't make rent. Some people thought I went too far. His friends definitely did. Lost a few mutual friends over it, but most people got it. You don't cheat for over a year, lie constantly, plan a fake wedding, and expect the other person to just absorb all the financial damage. My buddy asked if it felt worth it. Worth it? I don't know. Fair? Yeah, it feels fair. That's something. The venue called about my deposit, asked what I wanted to do with the transfer date. What are my options? You could throw a party, or transfer it to someone else who needs a venue. Chloe's ex came to mind. We'd stayed in touch. She mentioned once being engaged before him, calling it off, always wondering what if. I called her. This is weird, but do you need a wedding venue? Explain the situation. She laughed for a full minute. Are you serious? Dead serious. That's the most petty thing I've ever heard. Is that a yes? Absolutely yes. She was dating someone new, getting serious. They talked about marriage, transferred the booking to her name. They got married there eventually. She sent me a picture from the reception. Said it was the funniest origin story for a wedding venue ever. I ran into my ex once after everything settled. Coffee shop. He was with some new guy, not Chloe, someone else. He saw me, went pale, grabbed his stuff, and left. The new guy looked confused, but followed him out. I stayed, finished my coffee, left a good tip, moved on with my day. My buddy asked if I had regrets about how I handled everything. Regrets? No. Maybe I wish I'd said something sooner, but then I wouldn't have had proof. True. So no regrets. No regrets. Started seeing someone new after a while. Met her through friends. She asked about my last relationship. Ended badly. She cheated. I'm sorry. I'm not. Worked out for the best. She smiled. That's healthy. Took some time to get there. We've been together for a bit now. It's different. Better. She doesn't leave her phone around with messages for other people visible. Doesn't play games. Actually communicates. My buddy joked, I probably have trust issues. Maybe a little, but that's fair. Definitely fair. Honestly, though, I'm good. Learn something important from all that. Trust your gut. Document what matters. And don't let people take advantage just because you care about them. If someone leaves their phone unlocked repeatedly with incriminating messages, they want you to find it. They want you to be the one to end things so they don't have to feel guilty about it. But I didn't end it because of the messages. I ended it because of the lying. The messages were just proof, and proof matters. My ex paid everything eventually. Last I heard, he was engaged again to the guy from the coffee shop. Hope he's paying attention. Hope he trusts his gut. But mostly, I just don't think about it anymore. Got better things to focus on than someone who couldn't appreciate what she had. Life's too short to dwell on people like that. I'm doing good. Really good, actually, and that's enough.